We sort of framed it as a shutdown story to begin with, but I wonder, how painful was that?
Well, I think there were some operational issues. You know, we were trying to add aircraft to the certificate. We were trying to add new destinations, and that was delayed a little bit. But beyond that, we really couldn't see any demand impacts or anything of that like.
So compare it to, say, weather or anything else airlines go through in a given year.
Well, I think weather is obviously clearly more of an issue because, you know, we deal with that all the time, summer, winter, whatever that might be. So I would say it's much more muted than that. We're hopeful that they reach a resolution soon because we're constantly growing, constantly adding new airplanes, constantly adding new destinations. That's where we find the problems.
Is it fair to say that the trend remains consumers being comfortable with sort of fee-based service?
Well, what we love about our product is it's about value at the end of the day. And you know, what we deliver is a very low fare, high quality service with one of the best on-time performance records in the country, the lowest mishandled bag rate in the country. And when you deliver low fares and you allow people to pick and choose those things that they like, that's how they deliver an even lower fare for themselves. And we think that's what we do every day.
I was looking at the stock price. I mean, it's done really well over the last 12 months, up almost 60%. And one of the reasons analysts talk about is this ancillary fee business that you've got going on and how you've increased the revenue per user. How do you do that? Are you charging for more stuff?
Well, we've, to be honest, no, there's not a lot of differences you can make from an unbundling perspective, but what we do now is we're much more optimized in how we price the products to the consumer. So the guests on board, when they pick whether or not they want a check bag or a carry-on bag or a seat assignment, we're trying to align the price of that product with the demand in the season. And we think that gives us the best value to our guests. It also gives our shareholders a good return.
Still have to pay for bottled water?
We still, yes, we offer that on board as an option if you'd like to buy a bottle of water. That's correct.
I mean, I always bring my own water whenever I fly, so it sort of makes sense that you might want to charge. Expansion. I'm looking at some cities you have on the list here in terms of new service. What do the new markets have in common? What are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for high growth markets. We're looking for opportunities to stimulate new travelers. Remember, the model is a very, very low fare entry point. And what that does is it brings more travelers back to the market. So we're trying to create more demand.
And so but are you taking business from other legacy carriers or people who would have otherwise driven?
We don't believe so, no. It's more of the latter. It would be people who otherwise drove or just were not traveling as frequently, to be honest. And this gives them a chance to do more of that.
There's, so in some of them, look at what are the cities here? Austin, Indy, Raleigh-Durham?
That's right.
Right? Are those the top three?
Well, those are the next three coming. So we have Austin on Valentine's Day, and then Indianapolis about a month later, and then we're doing Raleigh at the beginning of May. And these are all high growth cities, Austin and Raleigh being some of the highest growth cities in the country. And we think there's an opportunity for us to come in again and deliver a high value product, a high quality value product, and stimulate more travelers.
What does the demand picture look like for 2019 versus, say, last year, which was a pretty strong year for growth? Yeah,
we think it looks really good right now. Demand has been very strong. Our performance indicates that. We've had very good unit revenue numbers, which is a good reflector of how demand is going. Our load factors are up year over year. So we see strong demand right now, and we don't see anything on the horizon that would change that.
Yeah, we've asked a couple executives in the industry about, the Journal did a piece a few weeks ago arguing that load factors were getting lighter. Have you seen any sign that would suggest that's true?
No, not in our, no, we're full and we're continuing to drive load where we can. And so, like I said earlier, demand seems to be very strong. It's supportive of that throughout really most geographies, because we have reached throughout most of the major metropolitan areas in the United States, but we also have 26, 27 Latin American destinations as well. And so we're seeing good international strength, we're seeing good big city strength, and large leisure destinations like Orlando and Vegas and Myrtle Beach and New Orleans, also very, very good.
How are you thinking about oil right here? Tough day for oil.
Yeah, we like stability in oil. Yeah, we'd rather it just kind of hang out. And I think that's the best answer for us long term. The good news about our product is because we're so efficient with the aircraft, we actually burn less fuel per seat. And so in rising oil environments, we can use that to our advantage, and it helps us as a natural hedge.
Yeah, you mentioned you're efficient with your aircraft. You operate a single fleet, I think. In other words, one aircraft. But you do have an RFP out there, and there are those who wonder, are you going to go to a different model or support two different models, will you? And what are you looking at? And how many do you expect to actually order?
Well, we do have an RFP in the marketplace. Today we're 130 airplanes. By the end of 2021, we'll be about 175. And our plan is to continue to grow beyond that. And so we owe it to ourselves, our shareholders, to make sure we're making the right buying decision. And dual fleets can make increased complexity to your operation, but you also pay for the airplane up front. So you have to balance the cost of the aircraft along with the operating expense.
Finally, just the logo, the name.
You love it, don't you?
It's huge. What did the marketing people say when they came?
They love it. Look at the airplane. It speaks to happiness. It speaks to sunshine. It's really a great. It sticks out at the airport. Anytime you guys go to an airport, you see a lot of white and blue, right? But not when we're showing up. You're definitely going to see something different, and we're proud of that.